We're going on a 4-day, 3-night adventure to Isabela Island. We're going to do a lot of snorkeling, explore the famous Los Tuneles lava tunnels, hike up to the volcano and walk around the lava fields, and bike past the massive Galapagos land tortoises to get to the Wall of Tears. Chris and I are long-term travelers, and this month we've rented an apartment on the island of Santa Cruz in the Galapagos. Our days are usually pretty normal, but we're breaking out of our regular routine to go on a 4-day, 3-night adventure to Isabela Island.
We're up so early to catch the ferry that the sea lions are still sleeping on the boats.
Our adventure starts by catching the 7 a.m. boat that will take us from Puerto Ayora on Santa Cruz Island to Puerto Villamil on Isabela Island. We booked the ferry a few days ago for $30 per person. There are a lot of people here, and we're looking for the Wolf ferry booth. Our booth operators were a little late to set up, but they're finally here, and we're able to check in and get our boarding stickers.
Looks like our boat operators went for being the last boat out today, so they don't have to worry about all of the timing of all of their guests arriving.
Even going between islands, all bags must be x-rayed to make sure they don't contain any items that you're not allowed to transfer between the islands. And of course, we need to pay the $1 fee to use the dock. Then it's time to get in our water taxi to take us to the boat. That's another $1 per person for that, and we've made it to the boat that will take us to Isabela. Should I be concerned the life jacket's a little wet? The boat ride is about 2 hours. It's a bit bumpy, but not too bad. Another water taxi for another $1 gets us to the pier. Isabela then charges us a $10 per person landing fee. And we're here. It's only 10:15 in the morning, but the hotel is letting us check in early. The room is pretty simple, but it has these amazing views of the ocean. We don't have any tours booked today, so we're going to spend the day exploring on our own. Our first stop is La Concha de Perla for some snorkeling. The sea lions like it here too. There are so many of them. The snorkeling is excellent, and we spot some turtles, swimming marine iguanas, and tropical fish. Now we're off to spot the Galapagos flamingos. The lagoon right here in town has a few. I think this is the first time I've ever seen flamingos in the wild. We heard there might be even more if we walk up the path for about 20 minutes past the turtle breeding center. To get to the Flamingo Lagoon, it looks like we need to go through the Tortoise Breeding Center, and that's $10 each, which is more than what we want to spend right now.
Let's try and go this way.
Well, we almost turned around when they told us it was going to be $10 to go see the turtles and the flamingos. But Chris had this idea to go around on the road and see if we could get to the lagoon that way. And here we are looking at these beautiful pink flamingos.
Three flamingos just flew over our heads.
We're doing an early dinner so we can wake up early tomorrow morning and get to Los Tuneles. We're getting ready to hit Los Tuneles. And we've got as much protection on as we can because we know the Ecuadorian sun is really strong. Our ride for the day is here. Our boat ride to the tunnels is about 45 minutes long. Before we do some snorkeling, we're going to check out the lava tunnels from above. Our boat driver wanted to show off a little bit to the other boat that we've been racing all the way here, that he can get into this little spot. So we're getting to check out this area that most boats don't get into, including the boat we've been racing the whole way here. The path through the lava tunnels is so narrow that it requires specific experience to navigate through. There are only 10 captains that are allowed to navigate through here. The water is so clear.
Now let's go for a hike.
We're able to get off the boat and walk right over the tunnels. The blue-footed boobies are right there. The female blue-footed booby behind me has 3 males to choose from. Who's she gonna pick? And before we leave, we have to make sure we get our Instagram moment over the lava tunnels. Now let's get into the water. There are just an incredible amount of sea turtles here. Every time I swim past one, I turn around and see another. With so many tropical fish swimming right past us. And there are a few sharks hanging out under the rocks too. And a seahorse, which I'm pretty sure I've never seen outside an aquarium. Oh my god, that was so awesome.
And there were so many turtles and sharks and everything, and now we're just enjoying the post-snorkel glow.
Lunch sandwich choices are tuna or cheese and marmalade. It was supposed to be cheese and ham, but the cargo ship only arrived yesterday. I've been eyeing this slightly sketchy built restaurant, but it has a really cool view of the ocean. All right, we're gonna try going up these scary steps. The steps are pretty uneven and a bit disconcerting. All right, we made it up. Without thinking too much about our health, we ordered empanadas and fries for dinner.
These fries are pretty good. I like them there. They got a little bit of a peppery taste and they're fresh. I'm gonna try an empanada. I think it's a chicken one. No cheese. Good. Nice.
And we're off. We thought the staircase up to dinner last night was a bit sketchy, but it has nothing on this bus that we're about to ride for the next 45 minutes. The tour guide has distributed bagged lunches for us to have on the trail a bit later.
All right, for lunch, it looks like we've got a sandwich of some sort. There's some Oreo cookies and looks like a peach drink.
No water provided, so we're really glad we brought our own. Let's get started on this 16-kilometer or 10-mile hike. And here we are at the summit. The view here is pretty incredible. This is the biggest volcano crater in the Galapagos. The crater size is 10 kilometers by 8 kilometers and has cool lava formations that look like roadways inside of it.
This volcano gives you a good view of Pahoehoe and Aha lava. Pahoehoe, Aha lava.
And now we start our descent to the lava fields. Let's see what these things look like. The terrain is really cool through here, and I love the different types of cacti growing out of the landscape. The first couple of kilometers of this hike are a little bit boring, but now that we've hit the lava fields, it gets a lot more interesting.
Now this looks like it might have been a lava tunnel we could have walked through.
Are you ready to see some colors?
No, not just M's pink shirt.
Check out all these colors in the rocks. I can't do it without shaking. Oh, this is just incredible.
It's lunchtime. Gonna eat a little bit.
And now we'll begin the return hike. We'll see you when we get back to town. Our bagged lunch was really more of a snack, and we're ready for some empanadas. We had these yesterday, and they were so good that we're going back for more. Today our empanadas look a little bit different because they're out of regular flour, and so they've made the empanadas with plantain flour.
So this is definitely an interesting flavor. We really liked the ones yesterday, and I think these ones maybe not quite as good. Maybe that's how they warned us ahead of time. But I think this is still gonna be good.
Good morning. We have some time before our 3 p.m. ferry back to Santa Cruz, so we're going to do a 15-kilometer or 9-mile round-trip bike ride to the Wall of Tears. I'm biking without a helmet. Despite my fear of going helmetless, the ride itself is pretty cool. We go past these little cool beaches, and there are plenty of Galapagos giant tortoises hanging out on the side of the bike path. There are no bike locks here to go with the no bike helmets, but here we are.
That was a lot of hill climb. I wasn't expecting that.
Not sure how far the walk is to the wall, though. Oh, there it is. You can see the Wall of Tears behind me.
My hat is like dripping. I can like squeeze sweat out of it.
A brief plateau before our final ascent. I thought this was the summit, but I guess it's just a false summit. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's not that many steps. But I think I'm feeling the effects of being on the last leg of our Galapagos triathlon. Galapagos triathlon. Snorkel, bike, hike. I think we're here. Well, I did a lot of complaining, but I think the views are worth it. And now it's time for us to head back and catch the ferry to Santa Cruz. Our trip to Isabela Island was definitely worth it. I loved exploring the amazing Los Tuneles, hiking up the volcano and lava fields, seeing tons of marine life, and seeing more of the Galapagos. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.